Hey everybody, welcome to the next episode of the Strand Tennis Center Podcast, filled with tips, advice, tennis, not tennis, just life advice too, whatever you need. Like it on YouTube, share it on the podcast as well. Thank you.
Welcome to the Strand Tennis Center Podcast, everybody. I'm your host, Steve Capo. Santi, we'll give an update. Santi has gotten a job in California. We're very happy for him, very excited. With the power of the internet, we can still communicate and still work, but he's working in a tennis situation. And we hope he does well. He is out in Southern California in LA doing his thing, and we will see how he does. Hopefully he does well. Hopefully he meets a lot of people who always want to go out west. He loves, all those outdoor things. So I did a talk last week in Atlantic City, which we didn't record at Stockton University. I talked to the business school, which was a good thing to do. It's good to kind of see other young people, and there was a lot of the faculty as well. The funny thing about these business school things, Key, and you can jump in whenever you want, you can talk over the mic or whatever, is I start because I go, listen, this is very awkward for me to be talking to a business school because I never took a business class. I never went to business school. I never got my MBA, and I didn't really pay much attention in school. So it's kind of interesting. But the irony of it is great because it shows you that you don't have to study business to do business. You really, in the best sense of the word, you should study something like engineering. Something like, yes, Key, you're an engineering student. Or something you can do business in. Because studying business or entrepreneurship, I know it's pretty interesting these days, but you're not really doing anything. You're just studying about other things. So you should really kind of find a trade and do business in it. And the biggest thing that we were talking about at the school was don't find what you're passionate in. Find what you're good at. Because I'm passionate about movies. I'm passionate about books. I can't write and I can't make a movie. Doesn't mean that you couldn't do that if you're good at it. I just found what I was good at. Because I tried, and we went through the creation story. I thought I was going to be a sports writer. I went to Rutgers. I majored in journalism and English, and I got a job at Bloomberg News, and I was writing for them, and I wasn't very good at it. And on the side, I was giving people consultations and teaching them. And then all of a sudden, those people had success, and they were like, hey, you should do this for a living. Here's some money. They wanted to pay me for it, and I was like, wait a minute. I'm good at this. I should do it. It had nothing to do with what I was passionate about. It didn't have like this. I didn't have this grand plan to go change the world. I just did what I was pretty good at, and that's what you should do. Find what you're good at. Don't find what you're passionate about, because you see all those stories. Look at any talent show you see, American Idol, any kind of show, and they say, my mother says I'm a great singer, and you love singing, but you're no good at it. You have to really have. I think the biggest thing for school is when we talk about is self-awareness, is you're figuring out what you are. You're figuring out what you can do. You're figuring out who to meet. You mean, people go to school and they think they're going to start a business and they may not like it. Starting a business is very crazy. Again, you have to have 14 balls in the air. You have to have 1,000 different things going on at once to be able to handle that. Some people don't. Some people like a schedule. They know what they need to do. They know where they're going, and that's probably like a number 10 or a 7. Or you could be a successful CFO, CMO, COO. Any one of those people. You may not be a founder, but I think that's what school is for, and that's what we discussed, is finding out what you are. And the biggest thing in school is listening, not just waiting for your chance to speak. You have to listen. You have to take in as many things as you can. Try as many different things as you can. It was basically the gist. We went over the value chain. We've been through that a lot on this show anyways, about how you provide value to people. And kind of finished up with a couple of things of basically don't change your idea. If you have an idea and you're pretty good at it, you're going to come up against issues. And the problem is people iterate and change too much. Not even iterate the idea. They just change. They go to another idea, and they don't push through. And the problem is when you don't do that, you keep changing, and it starts over again. It's an idea that you're good at compounds like money. If you don't stick with it, you will not be able to be successful. So don't change the idea. Go through it, stick with it, keep it going. Think of it as having one idea that you want to do for 100 years. If you keep it that way, you're going to be pretty successful. The great Charlie Munger, who passed away in November, said, take a simple idea and take it very seriously, and you'll be successful. So that was basically just the talk, and I think it'll help anybody. And I think just on the tennis court, it's the same idea. Take a simple idea. I want to play doubles from my high school. Take it very seriously. Work as hard as you can. Don't iterate or change that idea just because it gets frustrating, and that's what's going to happen. Life is going to knock you down. It's going to get frustrating. The last thing you want to do is change or go, oh, I'm going to do this now. I'm going to be a skier. I'm going to be this. People do it all the time. They go take piano lessons. It gets difficult, and they stop. That's the difference. It's just discipline. And they always say the game plan is easy, the discipline is hard. And that's the big key. But really, that's all I have today, Key. Great for Key to be here behind the camera a little bit. And hopefully this helps you, again, take action, spend 100 years on one idea. Thanks, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Hope you like the podcast. Please share it with your friends, anybody that you know, anybody that's into tennis, anybody that's into bettering themselves. Share it.